Yo, I said it ain't no running. I'm really dropping the pain. The fame is back in the game. You better walk away. No running. I really do what I do. I'm breaking just like the news.
All right. Here we go. This is my first time watching it in 4K too, so hopefully it doesn't buffer or anything. But chat, we are trying a little something different with the reaction. We are watching top 30 things from the 2000s that don't exist anymore, and we're going to see how many of these we remember. We might remember all of them, and yeah, we're going to talk about like childhood and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, hopefully y'all appreciate the video. Let's get into the reaction, bro.
To the red envelope that changed
You
the
said
world.
I'm about to remind us how old we are, man.
Netflix DVD service is going dark.
Yo,
welcome to Watch
Netflix
Mojo.
DVD service
we're
already.
Down our picks for
Dang.
the most unforgettable
Windows.
throwback tech, gadgets, and
Windows
digital
XP?
platforms
I think
from the
that was Windows
2000s.
Skype,
But
oh my
few,
god.
if any, make MySpace their own anymore.
Is there still Redbox? Yes, there's still
Number
Redbox.
30, Jetix.
I remember
This
Jetix,
kids' TV
yo.
brand brings back memories for a lot of people.
I don't
who
remember
grew up in
much
the
about
2000s.
Jetix, but I
It's hard to
remember
forget that epic logo.
Jetix on
Jetix offered a mix of
on
live
Disney.
action and animated series, plus the world's first trading card game played concurrently on
Nate
TV
is
and
granddad.
online.
Power
The channel was
Rangers.
available in various parts of the world, including the
man.
US, Latin America, Europe,
used
and
to be
parts
on
of Asia.
Jetix,
In
man.
some places, Jetix expanded its reach with magazines, award shows, and even an international youth soccer tournament.
Here's how it all plays out. Boys and girls from 16 countries
Dang,
travel to
Team Disney.
Paris to compete in the JetX Kids Cup.
Even though it was a hit after launching in 2004, it didn't stick around for long. By the end of the decade, it was discontinued worldwide. In the US, it got replaced by Disney XD.
XD.
On TV, online,
I remember that.
everywhere. Check your local listing.
Disney
Number
XD.
29, Bebo. While
What the heck is
American
Bebo?
owned, Bebo mainly made its name in the UK. The social networking
Oh,
platform
okay.
launched in 2005 gave users a profile and a chance to do all the typical social media stuff we take for granted today. Blog posts, comments, questionnaires, pictures, videos, and so on.
I took in hard fighting.
So Bebo.
The name Bebo stood
Bebo-
for Blog Early Blog.
I was just about to say Bebo is kind of like Facebook, but like an earlier version of Facebook, or like a UK version of Facebook, I guess. So that's understandable.
Often, and a lot of people must have taken that advice because at one point the platform overtook MySpace as the most used social networking site in the UK.
okay.
But after it was sold to AOL in 2008, things started
Of
to go
course.
downhill. It changed hands again in 2010, and by 2013, it was pretty much cooked. Multiple relaunch attempts, including one in 2021, came up short.
Will you seek to make Bebo profitable?
I thought that was Sammy saying.
It's the
I had to
last
realize
thing
what
on
you
my
were talking. I'm like, Sammy
Number
saying.
28, VCRs.
VCRs. Boy, a lot of y'all do not know what these are. Well, not a lot of y'all, but like some of y'all, I would say. Some of y'all, not a lot of y'all, some of y'all. VCRs, man, the VHS tapes, boy. I'm looking at one. Man, VCRs, bro. VCRs was I don't know. VCRs was kind of You say you love VHS tapes? I mean, VHS tapes now is cool, but like back then when you had to like, bro, especially like if you like messed up the tape and you got the like the little tape like stuck in the VCR, your VCR was messed up and your tape was messed up. You had to buy a whole new VCR and a whole new tape. It was over for you. But yeah, rewinding the the VHSs and stuff, and then on top of that, if you record something over your mama's stories on VHS, boy, it's over for you. But Yeah, VCRs, bro.
Decades as a staple in countless households, the VCR really
I had a
started
box
fading into
TV with a
obscurity
VCR
in
in
the
it.
2000s.
I think I had one too.
DVDs played a big role in that, overtaking
Yeah, I had one.
VHS
Oh yeah,
rentals
I
in the
did
US
have one.
by
It was like one of those
2003.
like small,
Remember how
small
cool
box
it was
TVs.
to record and play back TV shows, or to pop in a videotape of an old favorite movie? These days, we barely think twice about that kind of access.
Yes, sir.
The rise of higher quality, more advanced DVRs only sped up the shift in home video, and by 2016, the last remaining VCR manufacturer had stopped production.
We wanted to continue producing them, but it's become hard for the vendors to continue producing the parts. So we decided to stop our production of the VCR.
Number 27, G4. Perhaps the only drawback
G4?
for many fans of the G4 television network was that it required a paid subscription, but plenty would tell you it was worth it.
I remember G4.
Morgan Webb.
Hello and welcome to X-Play.
After launching in 2002,
I forgot
G4
what I
quickly
used to watch
established
on
itself as a
G4. It
favorite
was like
for
a couple
gamers
of
and tech
it was a couple of
enthusiasts
TV
alike.
shows.
With shows like
What
Cheat,
in the Zoe one?
X-Play, and Attack of the Show, it was the go-to
Attack of the
channel
Show
for video game
is what I used
tutorials
to
and
watch on
reviews,
G4.
as well as general pop culture, tech, and gaming news.
Okay, you know what?
Yeah, Attack of the
make
Show
sure to
is what I
tune
used to
in.
watch on G4.
January 2nd, 2008.
I'm like, I knew I used to watch
In
like some shows on
2013,
G4.
G4 was available in over half of all American households with TV, but by the end of 2014, it was shut down.
And that's all for now.
A relaunch came 7 years later, but it only took a year before the network disappeared from TV guides once again. Number 26, Radio Disney. A lot of
Oh boy, all right. Radio Disney, man. I wasn't that he's oh my god. I wasn't that big into Radio Disney. But I remember it though. Yeah, I was not that big into Radio Disney.
2000s kids couldn't get enough
He
of
said,
Disney
"You
Channel growing
tripping."
up. But we can't forget Radio Disney either, which, unlike the former,
This was
is
my
no longer
first
with
form of
us.
brain
Radio
rot.
Disney. Hear your music your way.
Disney Channel lovers could get a musical fix even when they weren't in front of
He's
the
on my
TV.
Radio Disney
Radio
kid.
Disney played songs from Disney
He's a
Channel
Radio
shows
Disney.
and
What in
teen
the world?
idols,
Jordan, you
along
don't know
with some
about Radio
mainstream
Disney?
pop and R&B you'd hear on other stations.
Radio Disney. Your music your way. Find your station at radiodisney.com.
Y'all hear what they playing in the background, bro? They playing the Baja Men. What?
Shows and teen idols.
This was Kids
along
Bop
with
before
some
Kids Bop,
mainstream
bro.
Pop and R&B you'd hear on other stations.
Radio Disney. Your music your way.
I
Find
couldn't
your
even
station at
afford a radio.
radiodisney.com.
A version of the station still airs in Latin America, broadcast in Spanish, but the US version, unaffiliated with that one, went off the air in 2021, about 24 years after
Dang.
its debut.
36 employees will be laid off as part of the move.
Number 25, Netflix DVDs.
All
Before
right. So, to be honest, I didn't even know that Netflix was a mailing service. Ariana, that's all you care about. I didn't even know that Netflix was a mailing service. I knew about Redbox. I didn't know about Netflix until I like randomly saw it on the Wii. And I forgot what year that was. But yeah, I randomly saw Netflix on the Wii and we were watching the Boondocks and like they had like all the good shows on there. It was crazy. Yeah, so Ariana Grande was one of my first celebrity crushes. Blockbuster could have got Blockbuster could have got in on Netflix. How was that? You talking about with them like mailing movies and stuff like that? I can remember her from Sam and Cat. They was blasting Jesse McCartney.
days of streaming, Netflix was crushing it as a DVD by mail rental service. For many, checking the mailbox for a Netflix DVD was just another part of the day.
Netflix. All the DVDs you want, starting at only $9.99 a month, no late fees.
The business began in the late 90s and continued to bloom through the 2000s. In 2004, Netflix made a profit of $49 million.
Wait, Netflix been a thing since the 90s? I didn't know that. I did not know that.
late fees.
The business began in the late 90s and continued to bloom through the 2000s. In 2004, Netflix made a profit of $49 million, sending out around 1 million DVDs a day. At its peak several years later, it had about 20 million subscribers.
You'll get 3 DVDs.
Yo, Netflix was already owning it before they got
These
here.
days, those red and white envelopes are pure nostalgia. As video streaming took over in the 2010s, DVD by mail lost major steam. In 2023, Netflix sent out its final DVDs, letting remaining...
Who was still getting DVDs in 2023? And why was Netflix offering them? Who is getting these DVDs? All right.
Customers keep them as a parting gift. That marked the end of a legendary...
Look at Drumline, man. Look at Drumline, man. Fire movie. Shout out to Nick Cannon.
Billion shipments.
It's just weird thinking about how...
It's still appreciated, bro. It's a lost art. Drumline was fire. I still get DVDs sent to me so I could watch on my PS2. You said shout out to Zoe. Yeah, shout out to Zoe. Wait, is it Salanda or is it Saldana? I think it's Saldana. But yeah, shout out to her. She was one of my movie crushes back then. You know what I'm saying? 2002. Indeed.
It's something you'll tell your kids and your grandkids about, and they'll think you're just a dinosaur.
Number 24.
AOL
Instant Messenger.
Sheesh. So I never used the instant messenger, but I remember this. I remember the AOL and stuff, bro. This was our way of texting folks before we were able to text folks. No, Mama, can I use a computer? I'm trying to talk to my friend on the computer. Get that dial-up internet going. Yep. As long as your mom didn't use the phone, you was good. If your mom was using the phone to slow down that internet and mess up the phone, yeah, one of those had to get off. And it wasn't going to be your mom, so you had to get off the computer. So, yeah.
AIM. Before texting and social media DMs
Never
took over,
used it, yeah.
AOL Instant Messenger
Too
was
young,
the way to
too
go,
young, Jordan, too
or at
young.
least one of the ways to go.
I get instant messages from John.
Yahoo Messenger was another game changer
Yahoo
tons
Messenger.
of people
I
used
use
during
Yahoo
the 2000s.
Messenger.
But for this list, we're giving the slight edge to AIM, which came out first. At the peak of its powers, AIM had more than 60 million users and was the most widely used instant messaging method in North America.
It's having a verbal chat electronically.
By the time the 2000s were in the rear view, though, competition became overwhelmingly stiff as the number of ways to message people expanded and advanced to new heights. Now, AIM's not just away, it's gone.
People started to shift away from AIM, as it was called, when text messages, Twitter, Facebook started to become more popular.
Number 23, Windows XP.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Hold on, let me give some horn. Yes, sir. Windows XP was fire. Windows XP was fire. Yes, sir. Man, the 3D pinball on here and stuff. Well, the 3D pinball was on like Windows 98 and stuff too. But Windows XP, I think Windows XP was like dang near the best Windows, bro. To me, at least. I don't know about y'all. I like the background. Back then, AOL had a disc. You put it in and get free hours. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. But yeah, Windows XP to me was like the best Windows ever to use, bro. If you're like a techie like me, bro, you would appreciate Windows XP. Windows XP was fire, bro.
This operating system developed by Microsoft used to be everywhere. Schools, libraries, offices, homes, you name it. In those days, a lot of people were content with how
media
smooth...
player. Oh, the nostalgia. Boy, I used to, so, man, we used to, back then, me and my sister, we used to have this thing called, well, they might show it on here too, But we used to have this thing called LimeWire, if y'all remember LimeWire. We also used to have FrostWire for backup, you know what I'm saying? If LimeWire didn't work, we would use FrostWire. That's how we would download our music and videos and stuff like that, and then we would use the media player to play our music and stuff. And then they would have, I hope they show it, but they had like the little like multicolored black background when you played it. Fire. LimeWire felt like it took all day just to download one song. Hey, but it was worth it though. It was worth it. LimeWire. I only use it for games and movies. Windows XP. I remember seeing these in like the first grade when we used to watch movies through our teacher's computer. Lil Wayne days, indeed, bro.
Their computers ran with Windows XP.
Welcome to Windows XP from Microsoft, the new version of Windows that brings your PC to life.
But what once felt fast, user-friendly, and visually appealing quickly became outdated. By 2009, about 8 years after Windows XP was initially released, Microsoft nixed its mainstream support. 5 years after that, extended support ended too, as the decline only steepened.
Bro, if there's a way that I could replay this, I might have to look this up, bro. I might have to replay this, bro. Oh my God, the nostalgia. Man, yes, sir. The nostalgia. This was my game, bro. Indeed. This was my game too. Bro, when so back then, when I was a kid, I really couldn't not in Windows XP, but like in Windows, I think it was Windows like 98 and Windows like 2000. I couldn't like really get on the internet, and the only games that I could play was this and Solitaire, bro. I was a beast at Solitaire. I was a beast at this game too. Man, the real pinball on a arcade is better. Nah.
But even now that Windows XP has become virtually obsolete,
Get out, Grizzly.
we can never forget that trademark startup sound.
What, bro? Come on, man. Hit it one more time, bro.
Trademark startup sound. Number 22,
Nostalgia.
MySpace. Sure, technically.
All right, so I'm gonna say this to y'all. I never had a MySpace page. Never had a MySpace page. Didn't know anything about MySpace. I didn't know anything about social media until Facebook, I want to say. Yeah, because I never had a MySpace page. I had a Blink page, if they show that. But yeah, I didn't know anything about MySpace. I never used MySpace. You need that Windows sound on your soundboard. I'm dang near gonna have to find it, bro. Hold up. Let me see. Let me type it in. Let me see if they got it on here. Me hiccup. Windows XP. Do they got it? Oh no, that's the sound. That's the error sound. Hold on. Was this it? Nope. Yo, they got all the sounds on here. Hold on, we added it, bro. We added it. There we go. All right. Back to the video.
MySpace still exists, but it's not the MySpace it was during the 2000s. The one that was on.
I knew about it, but got into social media when IG came out, and that was like 2011. I just got into social media in 2021. Dang, Grizzly. Man, you are late. You are late. Man, we've been into the social media thing since we were kids. Now, just man. But it in a way it's kind of good because, like I said, sometimes social media would mess you up. That's why like I don't have Facebook anymore. I just got Instagram back, but all of my social media now I use to promote my YouTube. So that's the only reason why I use it. Other than that, it is what it is. But I use my social media in ways to promote my YouTube channel. I have Facebook. I still got Facebook, but like I don't use it anymore. I've been off of Facebook for like the last 2 years because it was a whole bunch of stuff on there that I didn't want to see, and it was a whole bunch of stuff that was like messing me up. So I just no. I was meeting people in real life. That's what's up. Grizzly didn't have the opportunity to get social media. He still got the house phone on the wall. I got into social media when I was a kid. I'd be getting in trouble on there, man. 2009, 2010, I was in college and going to work. Indeed. And that's what you're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? That's what you're supposed to do.
On top of the social media world. Yes, that's what it was. The largest social networking site in the world from 2005 to 2009. And during that stretch, MySpace surpassed Google and Yahoo as the most visited website in the United States. At one point, it was attracting well over 100 million monthly visitors.
But over time, it lost buzz and customers to Facebook
I know that
and Twitter, and has become an afterthought.
Now it's more...
I know that another thing about MySpace, I didn't like I said, I didn't have MySpace. But I know that another thing on MySpace was that if you visited like people's pages, they could customize their pages however they want. And they had like songs that could play on the pages. Like it was crazy. Like if you visited someone's page, they had like a Lil Wayne song playing in the background, and it would be crazy. All of these are wild to realize we lived through them. Facts. So yeah.
Of a music and entertainment site, and a much, much less popular one at that. So what went wrong? Well, a combination of things. Facebook certainly didn't help, nor did MySpace's own technical issues, management missteps, and failure to evolve the user experience.
So the last time I used MySpace was probably in my middle school years.
Number 21, Skype.
Skype.
Remember this?
I think I only use Skype one time.
These days, we can make video calls with FaceTime.
So I only used Skype one time, and that was on my PSP. Yes, Skype was on the PSP. I used Skype one time. It didn't really work too well. I think I used it maybe one other time after that. But then Skype got replaced by Zoom, and Zoom is way better than Skype. At least to me. I don't know. I didn't really get like a real chance to use Skype, but I think that Zoom is way better than Skype. I remember MySpace for a whole different reason. Oh God. Let's keep it moving, Jordan. Let's keep it moving.
WhatsApp, Zoom, Google Meet, Microsoft Teams, and more. But before all of those came along, there was Skype, the go-to for video calls. Still remember that ringtone? Yeah, us too. Initially released in 2003, Skype eventually amassed hundreds of millions of users worldwide.
Hi, Emma.
Its popularity soared in the late 2000s and into the 2010s as its free video chatting services became available for more and more devices.
Oh, it turned into
but
Teams.
In May 2025, Microsoft, the owner of Skype, shut it down.
Okay. It turned into Teams on Microsoft. I thought it turned into Zoom. That's my bad. Okay. My bad. I thought it turned into Zoom. So it turned into Teams. Yeah. I'm dumb. I got my facts wrong.
choosing to put its focus on its Teams platform. If just hearing the words Skype or seeing that white and blue logo brings up fond memories, you're definitely not alone.
It's deemed Skype to sort of be,
You lied to
longer,
us. My bad.
Needed.
Like I said, sometimes players mess up. You know what I'm saying?
Number 20.
BlackBerry phones. I never had a BlackBerry phone. I never had a BlackBerry phone, but I do know, like, back in my day, when I was a kid, if you went to school and you had a BlackBerry phone, you was rich. This was before iPhones even came out. If you had a BlackBerry phone, you was rich, bro. You was rich. You like, dang, your mom got money. What in the world? Like, bro, y'all got BlackBerry phones? Dang, all I got is this Nokia. What are we doing?
Yeah. Me too.
During the mid to late 2000s, BlackBerry was climbing the charts in the mobile phone game, particularly in North America, with its iconic keyboards being a major pull. In 2009, the BlackBerry Curve became the best-selling smartphone in the US.
It was either you had the BlackBerry phone or you had the Sidekick. Either one of those, like I said, if you had either one of those, you had money. Because look at how it looks, bro. It was like one of the only phones with like a keyboard. so like if you had one of these phones with a keyboard on it, you like, man, you got money, bro. Cause y'all remember like the regular phones, you just, you know, you gotta like tap the button like 3 times to type in the letter L and crap like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, thank God I ain't had no flip phone. Yeah, your parents had money then. My mom had her BlackBerry until like 2012. She had to swap out that battery pack. That battery pack was crazy. T-Mobile Sidekick was dope, man. Yeah, the Sidekick, like I said, you either had this or the Sidekick.
So what went wrong? You guessed it, iPhones and Androids. Although BlackBerry continued to expand its global user base and seemed to be thriving within the first few years of iPhones and Androids, its dramatic decline became glaringly apparent by the mid-2010s.
BlackBerry's death rattle came in June 2010 with the release of the iPhone 4.
By the end of that decade, whoever you knew that had previously
because I think the
BlackBerry
BlackBerry
most likely
the BlackBerry was a small computer for real. I was about to say that because I think the BlackBerry was the first phone with internet too, so you could like send emails and stuff through your old BlackBerry, which was another thing. Like, you know, like I said, you was rich if you had a BlackBerry or like a Sidekick or something. Because you were sending emails and crap.
It was finally time for the company to bow out of the phone game in 2022.
And despite their downfall, these iconic phones will always be bricks in the foundation of smartphone history.
Number 19, Zynga. Before the social media sites that dominate the digital world
never
today,
heard of this. What
there
is
was
this?
Zynga. In the 2000s, it became a popular place, especially among teens, to blog and connect online. This web blogging service took off at the start of the decade, and shortly after, it added features like comments and photo uploads.
So
In
it's
2006,
like another
Zynga let
MySpace or
users
Facebook.
upload audio blogs and add online friends. That year, it hit a user base of around 30 million, but even the launch of video blogs in 2007 wasn't enough to keep this once significant social media presence around. Zynga shut its doors in 2013. Thanks Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Number 18, Google Reader. There's Google Drive, Google Docs,
I don't
Google Maps,
remember,
Google
Google
Earth,
Reader.
so on and so forth. But what about Google Reader? It tends to get lost in the shuffle, probably because it hasn't existed since 2013. Google Reader was launched in 2005 and became a popular way for people to collect their favorite web content in one organized place. Efficiency and organization were its main draws. However, a decline in use and Google's desire to focus on other products
no
led
YouTube,
them
though.
to
We
give
had to wait
Reader the
until
boot.
2009
In March of
for it.
2013, a petition to save it reached over 100,000 signatures, but Google stood its ground.
But Google says usage of the service has declined.
Number 17, Motorola Razr V.
Oh. I almost deleted my sound. Boy. So it's funny because my mom had this phone. She had the purple one. And I swear, I like with this phone. I swear, I thought my mom was bougie. This was the type of phone that you had if you was bougie, bro. Because like I said, my mom had the purple one, and I thought she was bougie. She was like ghetto fabulous, bro. It was crazy. And another funny thing about this is that they have the Motorola Razr now, like the newer version of it, and it's like a full touchscreen, and it like flips like the regular one. My dad had that version of the phone now, so it's kind of like a around the world type thing. Like, you feel me?
The original Motorola Razr came out in
LeBron
November
had this
2004,
taking a picture
and
of
from
Stone Cold
2005
facts.
to 2008, it was at the top of the mountain in terms of cell phone popularity in the U.S.
Those phones took forever to text. That's what I was talking about, Grizzly. That's what I was talking about. Like, you had to push the button 3 times just to type the letter L, and then you had to push another button 3 times to type O. And I'm like, bro, like, yeah, it took a while, but like, it was slick. It was a slick phone, and it made it look good. You feel me? Look at
In
that.
retrospect, it might not seem all that special, but at the time, it was. The thin
It was.
design of the V3 set it apart. When we reminisce about flip phones in general, the Razr should be thought of as the epitome of that era. But
Bro, another thing about this phone too was that, like, if you ever got into an argument with your girl, bro, you fly, and, flap it down, bow, hang up real quick. Like, girl, what you talking about? I ain't cheat on her. What you talking about? You know what? Fly and just flap it down. You feel me?
perhaps the only time you'll see them nowadays is if you put on a TV series from the 2000s like Prison Break, or a 2000s movie like The Devil Wears Prada.
Let me see what I can do.
Good. Oh, look at that.
Number
Look, bro, what? You? She's a good five. It's that flat, bro. The flat.
Devil Wears Prada.
Let me see what I can do.
Good. Number 16, personal digital assistants.
PDAs.
Everybody's got a PDA.
A touchscreen device with data storage.
So PDAs, I ain't never had either, but I knew some people that had PDAs back then, and PDAs was pretty much like on personal computers too. Palm Pilots is pretty much the same thing too. The Jags beat the Chiefs. PDA, a different meaning now. Ooh, I don't even wanna know what a PDA is now. Let me keep on. Let's keep on with the video.
Bluetooth, a calendar, an address book, and a calculator. Sounds familiar, right? These are the functions many personal digital assistants, or PDAs, were built to provide.
But yeah, it's a small personal computer, bro.
In the 1990s and 2000s. One example is Microsoft's Pocket PC, which was introduced in 2000, but was phased out by the end of the decade.
So just type in car, and you'll see that it's suggesting words for me as I type.
The concept of a pocket-sized computer has obviously evolved, becoming more advanced and well-rounded than PDAs ever were.
I'm about to say, we still got
lost their appeal. Still, they shouldn't be ignored as predecessors to modern smartphones.
Devices left.
For really smart, check out this Palm handheld from CompUSA.
Number 15, Friendster.
The heck is this?
115 million users were registered on Friendster in 2008, 5 years after its launch. This is one of the ancestors of social media that people probably forget about because it's no longer
You said you
around.
wonder what technology is going to look like in a few years.
Suits your style. A place where you can express yourself.
I always wanted one. You never had a PSP, Gino?
Others online, share content, comment, message, discover
He's away in the Blues Clues.
The problem was that it just couldn't keep up with
You never had a
major
PSP,
players in
Gino?
the industry, namely
I just
Facebook.
got rid of my
Friendster transitioned
blue one.
into a social gaming platform in 2011. Just a few years later, it shut down its site before officially ceasing to exist in 2018.
I should have kept it,
It was
but
called Friendster.
Facebook
At its
ruined
peak, it was a
Friendster.
vibrant social network.
I
with
can
more than
tell.
50 million
It looked
members.
like Twitter,
Right.
but it's
then,
not.
Out of the blue, the civilization just ended.
Number 14, Club Penguin.
Here we go. Yes, sir. Fire. I really don't have like much to say about this. I really don't have much to say about this. Club Penguin was fire. I think this was like one of the first games that you could as a kid that you could like get on and like socialize with other kids, but at the same time you really didn't realize that you were like socializing with other kids online. You would just go on there and like just play the games and stuff like that. Club Penguin was fire, bro.
Rated E for everyone.
As far as online games and virtual worlds go, Club Penguin was a standout. Just hearing the name probably brings back some nostalgia for anyone who was a kid during the late 2000s
the pizza
and early
game,
2010s.
the pets, the
After
little
launching
Furby
in 2005,
pets.
Club Penguin reached 30 million users by 2007,
Yes, and I
by
was one of them.
2013 had registered over 200 million accounts. While users could purchase memberships if they wanted to upgrade their Penguin style, home, or pet, the basic version of the game was free.
There's something new and exciting every week.
And
The interactive
that's
nature
why it
of
was
Club
so
Penguin
fire,
was
bro.
also
It was
instrumental to
free.
its popularity. That, and of course the chance to play with virtual penguins. By the mid-2010s, though, Club Penguin's popularity began to decline, and it was discontinued in 2017. Number 13, Blockbuster.
Back to back. Back to back. Oh my God, bro, man. Whoo, yo, these are some, man, back to back. These are, man, I miss these. 4 letters, 1 word, yeet. Man, Blockbuster, bro. My heart. So for me as a kid, for me as a kid, it was either 2 places that you can go to rent a movie or a video game. And that was either Blockbuster or we had a different version of Blockbuster called Hollywood Video. I don't know if they had them like all around like where everybody else was, but they had Blockbuster and Hollywood Video. Bro, whenever I would go into Blockbuster or Hollywood Video, this is where I would ask my mom to get me a game, and I would also play like the demos and stuff that they had up in there, because they had like the demo video games that you could play up in there. Blockbuster, boy, the nostalgia just hit. What about them Bucks? Yeah, I know they won the preseason, but man, you say you got WrestleMania 29 DVD from Blockbuster. WrestleMania 29. Wait, how long did Blockbuster last? I thought Blockbuster closed way before that. We had Blockbuster, Hollywood Videos, and Family Videos here. See, all right, so it's not just me. All right, cool. I'm glad that you confirmed, Grizzly. Imagine trying to get you an X-rated movie at Blockbuster. All right, let's keep it moving.
Were the days when watching a movie at home meant first heading to a rental store or waiting for a DVD to arrive in the mail? For many, Blockbuster was the go-to place for that.
There's one near you.
At its peak, the chain boasted over 9,000 store locations. However, a combination of factors, including the Great Recession, rising competition, and a failure to adapt to the changing home video landscape, led to its demise.
It's pretty much the same thing.
All corporate-owned Blockbuster stores had closed,
It's just
and
that
the company had shut down its DVD
they said what year?
to the changing home video landscape led to its demise. By 2014, all corporate-owned Blockbuster stores had closed.
So
and
that was WrestleMania 30 right there.
After
So
filing
you're right.
for bankruptcy a few
I didn't
years
know
earlier.
This really is the end of
because ours closed way before 2014. So I was still a kid and all of ours closed. So that's why I was like 20, like when you said WrestleMania 29, I'm like, Wait a minute, what? So yeah, because all of ours closed way before that. Ours closed like when I was, like the last game I remember getting from like a Hollywood Video or like a Blockbuster was N1 Street Ball for PlayStation 2. And the last game I remember playing at like a Blockbuster or Hollywood Video was All Pro Football 2K8. So they had to close around like 2008, 2009 when they were here. So
all of its remaining stores.
Technically, one
is
Blockbuster
Nate
store
watching
still
Crown
survives
Jewel
in Bend,
Saturday
Oregon,
morning? Not
serving
Saturday
as a
morning, but I will
nostalgic
be
tourist
watching it
attraction
Saturday.
and a reminder of the brand's once
Yeah,
iconic
I'm not
status.
waking up at 7 o'clock in the
This is
morning to watch Crown Jewel. They tripping.
Number 12, Redbox. Perhaps.
What are they talking about? These still exist. I be seeing the red box boxes and stuff still outside the what you call it, the CVS's and the Walgreens and stuff. Now, do I know that if there's videos in it? And I don't know. I know that Redbox also have a streaming service now too. So I don't know. Like, are they really discontinued? I don't know. They will let you rent whole video game consoles and at Family Video. I didn't know that. I had a bunch of bootleg DVDs, no Redbox.
Do you remember that eye-catching red movie machine inside or outside your local supermarket, convenience store, or pharmacy?
And with
I used to hate Redbox,
kiosks in more locations than Starbucks.
The reason why I used to hate Redbox was because you rent the video that day and you immediately had to take it back the next day. So like if I rented out a whole bunch of video games from here, and so like the video game that I remember renting, like the 2Ks, because I wanted to play the new 2Ks and stuff. I remember renting the old 2Ks, and like I would play one game of 2K and then I would have to take it back the next day. Otherwise they charge you like a whole bunch of money. Like, it was crazy. You said, yeah, that was bullish for real. Only gave us 24 hours. Man, had to take it back the next day. Like, bro, like I can't rent a game for like a whole week and then bring it back the next week. Like, bro, I had to, like at least the library. If you rented like a game or like a movie out at the library, you have like 3 or 5 days and then you take it back. Like Redbox was like, not 1 day is enough. Take it back. Like, what? I remember renting a movie called Fun Size with Victoria Justice in it and get some games. I would keep all the games from Family Video. You are a felon. You are a criminal, sir.
McDonald's combined.
That vending kiosk was known as Redbox, easy to remember and instantly recognizable. Redbox was founded in 2002 and quickly expanded its kiosk locations across the U.S. The idea was transformative, and the technology seemed pretty awesome at the time.
I swear, Redbox did not pop up around 2002 in my time, bro. They started popping up and when I was in high school, so like 2010-ish, around that time. There was like no Redbox kiosks around here in 2002, bro.
Crazy.
You'd use the screen to browse through numerous movie options, pick what you wanted to rent, pay, and voila, the DVD would pop right out. You'd then bring it home, watch it.
Bro, I remember. So speaking of Redbox too, I remember that we got scammed one time with Redbox, and what I mean by that is, I remember I asked my dad to rent me out a game, and someone decided to take the game out of the Redbox case and replace it with another game and put it in there. I was pissed. I'm like, what the heck is this? like I asked my dad, I'm like, oh snap, Dad, thanks for the game. And then I'm going to go, you know, put it in my console and stuff, and I look at it, I'm like, bro, this is a PS2 game. What is this? Like, bro, they used to actually like steal those games and movies out of there and replace them with different movies, bro. I don't know what Redbox did to like because it was crazy because usually you could tell when a Redbox movie was a Redbox movie, like because they had like these little scanners on like the on the disc themselves. So like when you put it in the carrier, the little slot, when you're putting it in, it scans the DVD or like the disc to let you know like, hey, this is the movie, this is the correct movie in the correct box, you know, give them their refund back. All right, cool. I don't know how people was doing that, but they were like scamming Redbox, bro. It was crazy. I remember people stealing Redbox, the whole thing in the hood. Man, I'm saying, it was crazy.
We're done. Simple as that. However, with the rise of streaming, the company couldn't keep up. Its run officially came to an end in 2024.
The 24,000 DVD kiosk.
And they lasted until 2024. They lasted until last year.
Number 11, iPods.
iPods. I've never owned an iPod.
Media players were a key part of Apple's history.
Too broke. Too broke. Never owned an iPod, bro. Never owned an iPod. Real. Yep, never owned an iPod. Not an iPod Touch, not an iPod Nano, not an iPod, a regular iPod, none of those. Was too broke. No Apple products for me. No Apple products for me. I had those like USB MP3s. Like those MP3 players that was also like a USB stick. I had those. I had none like, and then I had like little like pocket radios, like pocket FM radios. I had CD players, like none of that. Nope.
And revolutionized the way we listen to music.
My sister has her iPod still to this day.
Like mini discs.
Didn't get my first phone until middle school.
In 2001.
Facts.
iPod. 1,000 songs in your pocket.
I did
Over
end
the
up
years,
getting an
Apple
iPhone
produced a
somehow.
variety
Facts.
of
I
models.
got
The classic,
an
mini,
iPhone
nano,
now.
shuffle,
I
and
didn't. I
touch,
got my first
offering plenty of
iPhone
ways to enjoy your
in
favorite
2021.
tunes. Some versions
And
even
haven't
came with
looked back
games.
since.
Many former
So, yeah.
iPod users probably remember the iTunes Store to buy songs and build playlists. Apple officially
iTunes Store is
discontinued the
crazy.
iPod product line in 2022, but its decline started long before, as the iPhone took over in the 2010s, blending music playback with so much more.
As a business decision, this makes a lot of sense. People are not buying.
I had a cassette tape CD player and a Nano iPod. Cassette tape player, man, dang. I had my bad. I had a like I said, I had the FM, like a pocket FM radio. And then I slowly upgraded to a USB MP3 player. So yeah, that's how it was.
iPods.
Number 10, Nintendo PictoChat.
What the
Before
heck
the
is this?
iPhone, there was the Nintendo PictoChat. This 2004 messaging app was included on various
I thought that
Nintendo
was a
DS
3DS. I thought that I was like, is that a 3DS? What is this?
This makes a lot of sense. People are not buying iPods.
I ain't never had a
Number
Nintendo
10,
3DS, but
Nintendo PictoChat. Before the iPhone, there was the Nintendo PictoChat. This 2004 messaging app was included on various Nintendo DS consoles.
Oh, that was a
Essentially,
Nintendo
one
DS.
user could type or
That's a
draw on
DS
their
before the
console
fame.
and share their message to other DS users. Those who
I'm
played
like,
Super
is
Smash
that a
Brothers
Nintendo
Brawl
DS?
may recognize the PictoChat, as it actually appears as a stage in the game.
I remember this. Yeah, I remember seeing this on like the DS and stuff. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. I never had a DS, I never had. 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 I ne Like I was about to say I never had a Nintendo console, but that's a lie. I had a Game Boy. I had a Game Boy. I had a Game Boy Color, and I had a Nintendo Advance SP. If y'all remember the Nintendo Advance SP, the Nintendo Advance SP was basically my DS because it folded the same way as a DS, but it was like a lot smaller. Bro, there are people who take videos on the DS. I know I seen people take videos and stuff on the DS too. So never had one of those. The Nintendo. Hold on. Nintendo, I had a PSP, that's it. Man, Nintendo Advance SP, fire. It was a Game Boy Advance, but it was like a smaller version of it, and you could like flip it up and stuff. Nintendo Advance SP, here it is. I had a dark blue one. This one right here. They still sell it at GameStop? I still got mine. Mine is in my closet right now. But yeah, this is what it looked like. Excuse me. But yeah, the good thing about this one too, the reason why this one was so big, now the kids don't want games. They want Lululemon. Got that BlackBerry DS for real. Sierra says, sending good vibes your way. Have a great stream. Appreciate it. $114. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I had the red one. Yeah, so the reason why this one was so big around this time was because this one had a backlight. And y'all know how crazy it was if y'all used to play Tony Hawk. You talking, Mike, because I used to play Tony Hawk on this too. But this one was a big deal because it had this little backlight right here. And y'all know if y'all ever play like Game Boy Color or like the regular Game Boy and you're playing at night, you can't see it because there's no light. You can't see it at all because there's no light. You had to like wait until like you'll be sitting in the back seat and you have to wait until like you roll past one of those street lights just so that way you can get like a hit in or something like that. It used to be crazy. But then once they came out with this, you like, oh yeah, it's over now. I can play my games now in the dark and, you know, it'd be smooth. So yeah. I played Tony Hawk on PS2. We played Tony Hawk on PS2 too. That thing went crazy with Donkey Kong. Man, I used to play I used to have like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game on here. I used to have Tony Hawk and stuff. Like I used to have a whole bunch of games on here. It used to be fantastic, bro. Fantastic. All right, let's get back to the video.
The app is technically still alive, but let's be honest. Does anyone actually use it anymore?
I'm still cool.
Nah, you've changed, man.
The DS
You don't know
was
nothing
discontinued
about
in
that.
2013, and the 3DS has since replaced PictoChat with another app titled SwapNote. Number 9. LiveJournal. What
the heck is
this?
this?
Social networking service technically started back in 1999 when a programmer named Brad Fitzpatrick created it to stay in touch with his friends.
Nothing is more important than having the freedom to express your thoughts and feelings openly with others. On today's social networks, however, you probably feel pressure to censor many of your true feelings and opinions.
The basics. People write a personal journal and other users can read it. It was eventually adopted by various fandoms and used for things like fan fiction and original stories. But even this was eventually taken elsewhere.
It was so calm and boring, I didn't even want a live journal. And then Dawson's Creek got bad because there was no one to speak truth to power.
Dawson's Creek did not get bad.
Nowadays, the service is mainly used in Russia.
Isn't that good?
Go.
Russia!
Yep, the product was eventually sold to Russian company SUP Media, where it became a popular site for political pundits and public figures.
Claimed $30 million was paid for the global brand, but Soup suggested to Business Today the figure was much higher.
Now people
So, like the Twitter of
overshare
Russia?
on social media.
Number 8, Pager.
Oh my god. I thought this came out in the 90s. I thought this came out in the 90s, bro. What y'all know about pagers, bro? What y'all know about pagers, bro? Man, I used to have one of these when I was a kid. Did I have any business having one of these as a kid? No. But I used to just wear it around. I called them beepers, pagers. Yeah, we called them beepers too. But yeah, like, bro, I used to feel like I was a stuff when I used to wear around a pager, bro. I used to think I was a stuff, even though I was a kid and I had nobody to call. Just having a pager walking around, bro, was the coolest stuff, bro. You look at that pager, like, dang, somebody paged me to call them, bro. Let me hit them up. Hello? Who this? Why you page me, bro? So what you doing? Like, bro, hey, man, what? Bro, pagers just be
enough,
stuff.
some people have never seen a pager outside of a movie.
Can I ask you a question? Do you know if the hotel's pager friendly?
What do you mean?
I'm not getting a sig on my beeper.
Pagers were essentially used to transmit voice and text messages before the invention of cell phones.
Gosh, I hope you got a picture of that with a camera on your beeper.
Actually, my beeper doesn't have a camera, but it does have a pedometer. Actually, not this one.
These things have been used since the 50s, although they lasted well into the 2000s.
First of all, Jake, there's no records that you and I teamed up together because you insisted that we only communicate through a beeper.
Stupid beepers were right to be addicted to our phones.
In 2003 alone, the pager industry generated over $6 billion in revenue. Unfortunately, this all came crashing down upon the widespread adoption of cell phones and, texting.
Oh, my moolah! It's escaping my clutches!
Nowadays, pagers are mainly used in public health and emergency industries.
What's with the second beeper?
Carla gave it to me.
This is due to their systems being more reliable than cell networks. Number 7. Microsoft Zoom.
Oh, I didn't
Zoom
own
was
one of these,
essentially
but I remember
Microsoft's
this.
answer to the iPod. It was a line of portable media devices that could
Have WWE finished? Yeah, WWE finished like a good hour ago. Yeah, a good hour ago. We're reacting to top 30 things from the 2000s that don't exist anymore, and then we're going to react to a SGW video, and then we're out of here. It's almost going on 11 o'clock, and I didn't even realize it. So,
music
yeah.
and videos through the Zoom Music Pass service.
Just show me how to work this thing.
Well, the turning thing there makes the songs go up and down. It's made by primitive people.
That is
Show
primitive.
you some of my favorites. It's got Traffic. That's really good.
The first model, the Zune 30, came equipped with a whopping 30 gigs of storage and a 3-inch screen. It was introduced in 2006, but sales were immediately stagnant.
Yeah, no problem, bro.
It took just 3% of the MP3 market and was considered dead by 2008.
I stood in front of a case of iPods and I bought a Zune.
What's a Zune?
Yep, exactly.
Sales had crashed, and even major stores
I'm not
like
a big
GameStop
tech guy,
refused
but
to
some of
sell
that
them,
stuff was
citing the lack
timeless,
of
man. I'm
demand.
saying.
The hardware hung on until 2011, until it was mercifully discontinued. Number 6. CD binders.
Oh my god. Yo, man. CD binders. Yes, sir. This is when you want to be organized with all your movies and stuff, but you couldn't be organized with all your movies and stuff. Like, you want to organize all your movies into a binder so you could take it over your friend's house or something and like watch the movies there, or like listen to your music there. These were a good time as well, bro. Me and my sister had one.
CD players were introduced in 1982 and quickly eclipsed records as the primary method of listening to music.
Well, lads, what do you think of the new
You
album?
gonna sound like a grandpa
Great,
to
but it
kids
won't look good
nowadays.
when it's
Mention
shrunk
a
down to a
CD binder.
CD? What's a CD? A digital compact disc?
Their popularity
Digital
lasted
compact
well
disc.
into the 2000s. That is, before things like the iPod and smartphones essentially made them obsolete.
I get iPod.
Borat.
You only get iPod mini.
But before then, we needed something to hold our hundreds of CDs.
Indeed.
The answer?
I still
CD
have mine.
binders.
What
These
you
were
got up
large
in it,
books
Jordan?
filled with plastic pages, and in these pages were
Look at
slots
that, bro.
in which to slide a CD. Unfortunately, the fun of flipping through these booklets went out with CD players themselves.
That's true. Dang. The CD player went out. Just popped it back and put some batteries in it. You good?
Son of a bitch.
Now we can scroll through our phones instead. Admittedly, it does not bring the same joy. Number 5, Sony Ericsson. Remember the Sony Ericsson?
What is
Not
this?
many do.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
The mobile market is a fickle thing, and many companies, including BlackBerry, have come and gone. Smartphones were actually in play long before the iPhone appeared in 2007.
She playing games on it? Was that the Sony PlayStation
In fact,
phone? What is
5
this?
years earlier, Sony released a touch-based smartphone called the Sony Ericsson P800. This ran under the Symbian OS, which was developed in the late 90s for PDAs. The final Ericsson phone was the Vivaz, which was introduced in March 2010. After that,
Wasn't this the
Ericsson brand
PlayStation
was
phone?
discontinued.
Oh no, that wasn't the PlayStation phone. It looked
Sony
like the
dropped their
PlayStation
previous
phone, though.
OS and began running Android, and they abandoned the Ericsson line to focus exclusively
They was in
on
there
the
just
Xperia.
cooking for the heck
Number
of it.
4, Halo 2
Halo
servers.
2
Few
servers.
video games are as historic.
Never, bro. So obviously, I already know I'm gonna get cooked, but I ain't never played a Halo game in my life. That's because I was a PlayStation guy through and through. Still am. PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2. Didn't play anything else. I played 360. Never played Halo. I played Xbox One. Never played Halo. And then, I owned a 360 and an Xbox One. Never played Halo. And then back to PlayStation 5. So, but yeah, never played Halo. So I already know I'm gonna get fried. But
Is Halo 2.
I know who Master Chief and stuff is. Master Chief.
Gentlemen, we're lucky to have you back.
Its multiplayer component helped popularize Xbox Live and originated many now common aspects of online gaming, including matchmaking and lobbies.
Multiplayer is a little different because it's more like a sport in that you're, yes, the game is there, but it's basically helping you compete against your friends.
Yep, one could
Bro,
certainly make
I
the
know
argument
Halo
that online
lobbies
multiplayer
back in the
gaming
day was
began with
crazy.
Halo 2, at least within the mainstream.
Oh, I haven't had a chance to shower for a few days. I've been gaming like a loon.
Unfortunately, a major part of its history is now dead. The Xbox Live server was officially discontinued in April of 2010, and the PC servers were terminated 3 years later.
I thought we were gonna play Halo tonight.
By the summer of 2013, all the OG Halo 2 servers were offline. Luckily, the game survives through the Master Chief Collection, and its multiplayer can still be enjoyed to this day.
You'll make a girl a promise.
If you know you can't keep it. Number 3, MSN.
MSN.
There was simply nothing like
MSN. I forgot what MSN stood for, but yeah, MSN was another one of those websites that was basically alternative to like Google and Internet Explorer. Yeah, MSN was pretty good for what it was. They had like a messenger and stuff like that, if I remember right too. So MSN was good.
getting home from school, grabbing a snack, and logging into MSN for the night. This was a basic service that allowed 2 or more people to talk to each other through text-based messaging.
Oh, it was a messenger app.
Well, things are getting pretty serious right now. I mean, we chat online for like 2 hours every day, so I guess you could say things are getting pretty serious.
Voice recordings were introduced in later iterations. The service really took off in the early 2000s, with version 7.5 being released in the summer of 2005.
Almost done, y'all. We almost done. And then we got that SGW video, and then we're going to head up out of here. Because I didn't realize
MSN
it
was
was
rebranded as Windows Live Messenger, and this was officially released in
and I gotta
June
go
of
to work
2006.
in the morning, so.
Unfortunately, it was also around this time that social media truly blew up, leaving Messenger in the dust.
I don't want things to change.
But you can't stop the change, any more than you can stop the suns from setting.
Number 2, LimeWire and Napster.
LimeWire! Come on, Napster was good too. I don't think we use Napster as much, but LimeWire though. I already told y'all what was going on with LimeWire earlier in the beginning of the video, but yeah, LimeWire, bro. That's not my bad.
Advent of the internet, it didn't take long for file sharing clients to pop up. The most popular by far were LimeWire and Napster.
Well, I founded an internet company that let folks download and share music for free.
Kind of like Napster?
Exactly like Napster.
What do you mean?
I founded Napster.
Sean Parker founded Napster.
Nice to meet you.
These took advantage of something called peer-to-peer file sharing. It essentially allowed people to download music from someone else's files without paying for it. Isn't that stealing?
You downloaded
No,
a lot
it's
of
not.
songs. Says
No,
here
it's
you
not.
even
I don't know what
downloaded
they're talking about.
Judas Priest? That's hard time you boys are looking at. You got anything to say for yourselves?
We didn't think it was that big a deal.
We'll let you be the judge. These systems exploded in the early 2000s and were easy enough to use. So much so that even the most technologically averse individuals could operate them. Of course, along with their popularity came the copyright lawsuits. As a result, Napster was forced to shut down in 2001.
I'm starting to like this whole sharing
That's
thing.
probably why I don't remember Napster as much, because it was only from 2000 to 2001.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone,
All right,
make
man,
sure
what's
you go
number
into your
one?
settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Dial-up internet.
Oh,
Anyone who-
man. Yo. Come on, man. AOL, bro.
who used the
We
internet
talked
in the
about
early
this earlier,
2000s
too.
knows the sound of dial-up.
Mm-hmm. That
As a
dial-up
result,
internet
the
was
dial-up
crazy.
noise is something 14-year-old Hebe Richardson has come to dread.
Dial-up
Yeah, she
allowed us
crossing
to
her
access
fingers
the
like,
early
come
internet,
on.
which was more
Come
of a Wild
on.
West experience than the corporatized internet of today.
Yeah,
The
that
speeds
dial-up
were
internet.
cumbersome, and the
They
video
got
and
all
audio
hits, no
quality was
misses.
not for the faint of heart.
Man, dial-up internet, bro. Like I said, the only thing that sucked about dial-up internet was that you
But there
couldn't
was
be
an
on the phone at
undeniable
the
sense
same
of fun
time.
to it all.
If you was on the phone, if you was on the
We were
phone at the same
experiencing
time, like I
something
said, and your
truly
mom was on the
groundbreaking,
phone, yeah, turn that
historic
computer
even.
off.
Point, don't be jealous that I've been chatting online with babes all day.
Of course, broadband killed dial-up in the mid-2000s, and a certain part of the internet ended with it.
Broadband is the marriage of those technologies. The best description I heard came from a pioneer in broadband, Excite at Home. They call it the internet on steroids.
One thing we don't miss, however, is having to log off so someone could use the phone. Yeesh. What do you miss most
There
from
you
the
go.
2000s? Let us know in the comments.
Good video, man. Good video, good video.